Hey guys, it's Bianca Sophia. So I'm going to attempt to go into what happened on that night um, where the dragons were all around roaring and screaming. Like I said, I cannot remember a lot of it because I was in such a deep trance. And if you guys know about, like, people do past life regressions and regressions, when they come out of it, a lot of times they don't remember any of it, right? So that's why they'll record it. With what they're saying through the whole thing, but it's not like I could record this because it was all telepathic. It was all done using telepathy, right? Well, not most of it was anyway, right? Well, yeah. I mean, like, I'm trying to think if like anyone walked by the door, if they would have heard anything, and I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, like, okay, so there was like, started off with a sacred union, right? And I'm always like, it's so funny, like during Mikhaylel's and I's sacred union, I'm always like having to tell him, make sure that we have privacy, because like a lot of these times, if I don't say that, there's like apparently beings watching us, and I'm like, no, no, can you please, like, and he does this thing with his arm. He like waves his arm across like the sky, kind of like, towards my ceiling, like building a shield of a cover. I don't know. It's weird though. He does it every time. Like, and he's like, I already knew you were gonna ask or whatever. But for some reason I didn't care this time. It was weird. It was really weird. Like, it started off with, regular sacred union, and then I was just laying down, and he was behind me, and I don't know what was going on at this point. Like, I couldn't tell you. We were doing that snake movement again, but I was laying down doing it though, right? This is just it's really awkward to talk about. But if it's like it was recorded, then people are gonna see this in the future or something. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. So we're doing this like snake-like movement. Sorry guys, that was a point I had to stop because there was a lot of interruptions. First, Bella came out, and then Philip came home right after that interruption. It was like constant interruption after interruption after interruption. But you guys should be used to that by now. I know I am. But I'm just dealing with it, right? It is what it is. Here's the rest. There was a point where, like, I sat up, got in my meditative position, and I was, he put me on his lap, and we started like doing this light language, right? Always light language these days. Like, I'm always speaking light language. He's speaking it to each other, like I'll speak it and he'll speak it, and it's always doing like that. Light language is like doing something. Like I can always feel something within my body. Like I can feel the energy get stronger, flowing through my whole body when that happens, when we're doing that. And we started doing this other thing recently too, where it has something to do with the breath, right? He'll blow his breath into so basically I breathe in his breath. He said, okay, I'm going to blow my breath into you, and you're going to breathe it in. So you know what I'm saying? So like I was inhaling his breath, right? And then he'll make me hold that breath. And lately it's been for 14 seconds, right? And by the time that 14 comes, I'm like really like dizzy, but in a really good way, right? So then I blow that breath. I hold that breath for 14 seconds. I'll blow it really slowly back into him, into his, and he'll inhale my breath back, right? And he'll do the same thing for 14 seconds, and he'll blow it back into me, and then we'll go back and forth like 4 times, right? And then like after that, I'm just like, that's where I'm like, I don't know who I am anymore. I mean, I do, but it's like I embody faith, right? I embody these other aspects of myself, Sophia, and I start speaking light language, more light language, and doing weird movements and just weird stuff. I can't even describe what it is, but it feels really good. I know that. So we did that, and I started making these movements, and then he started, speaking like a certain light language, and I don't know what, he was activating something within me. And like then I start moving my right shoulder, right? Like it was I was extending my wing, right? My angel wing. Okay, my angel wing. This is how it started. My angel wing. I think, pretty sure. Like I said, I can't remember how this. I don't know what went first because I was like, there was no time, and wherever the hell we were, right? It's like I don't even think we were in my room anymore. We were, but we weren't, right? So I'm like moving my right shoulder like around into like a circle, like rotating it, right? I could feel, like the back where your shoulder blade is. I could feel like my wing coming out, right? And that right wing came out first, right? And then I would start speaking a light language back to him, and then his wing went out, right? And he always has his wings, but this was some kind of ceremony or something, right? So he was like, we were both doing it. And then then I did the left, right, and the left side. It's like that. It's weird. The left side, the left back, where my shoulder blade is, it's sore. It hurts there, like that shoulder blade and that socket, whatever that is. It still actually hurts right now as I'm doing it. As I'm remembering, I'm doing it, and it hurts. It's really sore because that's the the divine feminine side is your left side. So I was like, interesting, right? That it hurts. So I was rotating that shoulder. And then I felt my wing come out on that side, right? And then Mikhaylel did it too. And then we were doing these weird, these movements. Like I was moving like a snake, like up and like up, and then he was moving side to side, right? Like the rod and the staff, right? Like the feminine is the vertical, and then the masculine is the horizontal. He was doing horizontal movements, and I was doing vertical movements, right? I thought that was really cool. So we both had our wings out at this time, and we were flapping them. We started to flap them and stuff. I'm trying to think how this went exactly, because it's like little memories are coming up, like as I'm saying, like there's different things that happen or are starting to come up. So then I started flapping both of my wings at the same time, in sync with each other, right? And then I started speaking more light language, and then he was speaking more light language. And then he said, "Okay, now I'm going to merge with you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right." And then so he went from in front of me to coming back into like within my body, but also on the outside, so I could perceive him like I always do. But it was like it was more pronounced, right? When he put his second set of wings out, right? So it was really cool. We had like 6 wings total, right? Like the fucking Seraphim. I thought that was so fucking cool. And we started flapping our 6 wings, right? So weird. It's so cool though. Then I changed. I noticed my appearance changed, right? And I had, blonde hair and the blue eyes and all that. And I noticed I had a crown on my head, right? And then I hear like these, I don't even know who they were. They're like, Princess Aurora. I don't even know I don't know who these beings were. Maybe they're the Seraphim and like other beings. And they were all like, they were cheering, but they weren't clapping. It's weird. It's like a telepathic thing. They were, happy and kind of like celebrating, but I don't know how to put what that was. I can't describe what it was. They weren't clapping. It was something different. Okay, but it was a celebratory feeling, right? Like Princess Aurora, and they were celebrating, and then they're like King Arthur, and I was like, this is fucking nuts. What is this, right? And then it was so cool. I could shift to Mikhaylel's perspective, so I could see, like I became him. Like I could see out of his eyes and see, and it looked like him, right? And I was King Arthur, but I had wings, right? And then it was really cool. Then Maleficent walks up, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, right? And she looked just like the Maleficent in the movies, right? She came and merged with us too, right? So like Aurora and Maleficent then merged, right? Like those aspects of myself, I guess, right? And this is where it got really interesting, you guys. And it was, I started like getting really emotional at this part, crying like a baby, like, and I was like, mother, and she was like holding me. Even though she was me, she was holding me in some form, some way, even, it was, I can't, like I said, I can't describe it in a way that you guys would understand. It's like a telepathic thing, like I said. It was more of a feeling, right? And it was like all this different stuff going on, but I can't describe it in a way. I don't know how to describe it, right? I'm just telling you in the best way I can, right? So then as Maleficent merged with me and the rest of us, I started doing this wing thing again, right? Oh yeah, okay, so before I started doing the wing thing, Mikhaylel, like the masculine aspects of myself, again, came out of me, right? And it was sitting across from me. No, I think he was like standing with these other beings and stuff, right? And this is when the transformation to a dragon started to happen, right? So I started rotating my right shoulder, right? I put my my arm like you know how when you're doing like like when you're a kid and you pretended to be a chicken, right? You put your you stick your elbow out, right? And your hand is on your hip and you start flap. That's what I was doing. But I started doing the rotating thing, but then I started like I was really getting like just trying to get my wing to work or something. I don't know, it was weird. So then it's like that angel wing turned into a dragon wing, right? And then I did the left side, and that angel wing turned into a dragon wing. And then I extended these wings, and they were fucking huge wings. I mean, I was like, wow, right? Once I extended my two wings, dragon wings, I started flapping them, right? And then I just I really went into this. I really embodied this dragon energy, and I stood up like as a dragon would. And I was like, I started making this noise. Like I was like if a dragon was to make a noise, right? If I was to call I guess dragons are telepathic too, but if they were to make a sound, that's what this is what I was doing. I was literally opening my mouth and, making this, calling out to my other dragon brothers and sisters or whatever, right? Then all of a sudden, all these beings that were, I guess not all of them, but the ones that were Seraphim, they were all shifting into their dragon forms, right? And they were all doing what I was doing, right? So and then we all started going just from the dragon calling to this screaming, this like in the other video it was stated how if you could hear a dragon that was excited, we all started doing this, and I was like, wow, this is crazy, right? I know it's crazy, right? This is just when this is going on, I was like, how is this real? I felt like I don't even know what I felt. I was very overwhelmed, that's for sure. So we're doing this dragon excitement thing, and then it got very emotional. There was a lot of crying. Everybody, we were all crying. All the I was still me, human, but I was also this dragon. But my human self was crying, right? And then I could also perceive them. Their human versions were all in tears, right? And Sophia was crying, Mikhaylel was crying, Mikhaylel, everybody was crying, right? Because their human versions were there too, in the audience, I guess you could say, right? It's like I said, it's really hard to describe because it was telepathic. It was, I don't even know. So then, I don't understand why it went this way, but maybe they're just trying to show me a different way of looking at it. Because there was a lot of things going on at once that it's hard to understand in regards to time with humans, Mikhaylel appeared again in his angelic form, right? But without his wings, just regular humanoid. Because like I said, he can use his wings, but he doesn't have to. He can appear to have wings, but he doesn't, it is what it is. So he was standing in front of me. Right, but I continued to stay as this dragon, and then he's like, "You're gonna blow your fire on me," and I was like, "What?" He's like, "I'm like, I have fire." He's like, "Yeah, you have fire." He's like, "You've always had it. It's just, you're gonna use it in a different way, right?" I was like, "Okay." I had to, take a deep breath, and then I held it, right, and then I blew fire on him. And then as I was blowing that fire on him, he turned back into a dragon, right? And then I turned back into my human form. right? And he blew his fire on me, and then I turned back into a dragon. So here we were, it was like 2 separate dragons, right? And then his dragon merged with my dragon, so we became one dragon. I know how crazy this sounds, but it's like, I guess it's like it's going to be like that, like, or it is like that, like we can be one, or we can separate ourselves, right? And like I've stated before in that vision I had, or that dream I had, no, it's a vision, when, so like we can either be separate dragons, or we can be a dragon, all one dragon, or one of us can be the rider of the dragon, while the other one's the dragon, and vice versa. So yeah, at the end there, we were all dragons, but we separated ourselves, so we were all our own dragon, and like our individual selves are all a dragon, right? There's a lot of dragons there. And then we all were blowing out our fire. We were in a circle, right? And we all blew out our fire at one point. Like it's like in the middle, right? Like how do I describe? You guys, I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like we were all in a circle, and we were all blowing our fire up, and everyone, all of our fire was hitting each other in the middle, like the center of a circle, right? It was really cool, right? Like, and I've seen this figure before, like, you know, the circle, like the freaking, like a bike with spokes, right? A line to the center of a circle, a line to the center of a circle, another line to the center, another line to the center of a circle, another line, but it was fire. We were all blowing fire to the center of the circle, right? It was really cool. And I'm sure there's more to this, but like I said, I cannot remember, but I will come back, because I'm sure I'm missing stuff, right? That's important, so I'll have to, if I can remember more, I'll make another video in regards to that. But I thought it's so cool how I know that's like an important symbol with that, the circle with the lines, you know. I think it actually represents the sun, the diamond sun DNA, like blueprint or something. So yeah, we did that and all individually, and then we merged again, right? So like Seraphim, Mikhaylel, which is, you know, Mikhaylel, Lucifer, Michael, and myself, the 3 of us, Seraphim, we merged, so we were that one dragon again, right? And there was either 12 or 13. I can't remember the number. Like I said, I cannot remember the little tiny details. But there was either 12 or 13 dragons in a circle, and then we did it again, right? And I thought that was really cool. So yeah, that's my story. And it was very emotional. I'm sure I'm missing a lot, and like I said, I'll probably have to make another video, but that's all for now, you guys. Crazy, right? Very, very cool, though. Shields up, swords up. Let's get it!